Nuketown. It is a staple of the Call of Duty franchise. We've seen many iterations of the map in multiplayer, it has been a zombies map in Black Ops 2, and it has even inspired a Gulag back in the Warzone 1 days. So given the appeal of the map and how beloved it is with the Call of Duty community, it was inevitable that it would spill over into Warzone fully. So step forward, Area 99. The premise of Area 99 is that it's a test site in the Nevada desert which designs and builds nuketowns. Now, if you don't know what a nuketown is, basically this was something that was very popular during the Cold War era, where these little towns were set up in remote areas like deserts, and they would be detonated with a nuclear bomb, and then basically it allowed sort of scientists and sort of people that were developing these weapons to see the destruction of that nuclear weapon. So the theme of Area 99 is just different POIs based on building these nuke towns. So we actually have like a full sort of shipping area where these nuke towns are finished. We have things like a mannequin factory, and that's basically what this map is. And all of this is against a sort of Cold War 1960s American style in the theme of what they thought the future would look like in, say, 2025. So in theory, it has the makings of something that the Call of Duty community would want, especially as the theme of Area 99 is right at the core of the Black Ops games. But in practice, this map went down as a disaster with the community, and this is why. Now, I actually went to play Area 99 for this video, and well, it's not actually in the game. I didn't even realise it had been taken out of the game. The only thing that I could actually find about this taken out of the game was a small line in a blog post that was dropped at the end of March, which detailed, obviously, everything we'll get with Verdansk. They mentioned that Area 99 was going on a hiatus. However, this hiatus has now been a month long, and I've never seen one person ask for Area 99 back, so this hiatus might not be a hiatus, it might be a goodbye for good. Area 99 is/was a resurgence map that dropped with the integration of Black Ops 6 into Warzone on November 14th, 2024. Usually when Call of Duty titles integrate with Warzone, we tend to see a new big map, but that was shelved in favour of bringing Verdansk back in spring of 2025, which we obviously got. And at the end of Modern Warfare 3's Warzone lifecycle, we already had Rebirth Island and Fortune's Keep, with Vondel also still kicking around. At the time when Area 99 dropped, I don't really recall anyone wanting or asking for another resurgence map. And if people were wanting another resurgence map, the calls were for a bigger resurgence map in the form of something like Vondel with 72 players, as opposed to having a 44-player resurgence map like, say, Rebirth Island or Fortune's Keep, which were already in the game. Also, Resurgence at this point had a lot of content within Modern Warfare 3's Warzone, and it was a big map that was very stale, as we've touched on previous videos. So the map drops, and as you probably know, the Black Ops 6 integration broke Warzone, as the integrations always do. Given how bad the state of the game was, this already set Area 99 off on a bad note with the community, because guess what? First impressions matter. And you know what? Black Ops 6 had actually released pretty smoothly. It was probably one of the most solid Call of Duty releases we've had in a sweet minute now, and well, all that goodwill was wiped away in a few days because of how bad Warzone was. So to keep you up to date, we have a map that no one was really asking for or wanted, and the game is incredibly broken, and that's before we even got a feel of the map. Now, the colour palette of the Area 99 that dropped was actually brighter than the one that Call of Duty pros and content creators played at COD Next back in August 2024. A lot of these creators voiced how dull the map's colours were, so they were made more vibrant for launch. Now, it doesn't escape me that because I wear glasses, my eyesight isn't the best. I will hold my hands up and admit that. However, when you have a map which base colour is predominantly just yellow, and you put it in a desert setting, well, guess what? That doesn't make for great visibility, and well, players were insanely difficult to see on this map. So now we have a map that no one wanted or asked for, we have a really buggy and broken game, and we can't see enemies who are shooting at us because the visibility is that bad. But what about the flow of Area 99? Well, the map had basically no flow in the slightest. At launch, there were areas of the map that basically had no buy stations, whereas other parts of it had what would feel like too many buy stations. This was corrected with the addition of more buy stations, but it didn't remove any, so the balance still seemed off. And because the map didn't really have any flow, no one would really leave where they dropped until the gas kind of forced them to. There was no natural rotations out of any of the POIs, and it also made regaining the map very difficult. So we have a map that no one wanted, we have a buggy and broken game, we have poor visibility, and the map has zero flow to it. Well, guess what? It didn't take the Call of Duty community long to say, you know what? I don't want to play that. And I actually checked something out the other day. So when I'm streaming, I record my wins using commands. I actually have 17 Area 99 wins. I was quite surprised by that. I didn't think I played that much Area 99 to get that many wins. I can't remember 16 of them. I can remember one, which is when I set a PB, which is actually the footage that you're seeing on this video now. When Call of Duty drops new maps, especially Resurgence maps, they tend to remove all other maps of the same category out of the game for a short while. But Area 99 was never given this chance, and a dark shadow leaned over it. Now, I'm not saying that this is the reason why Area 99 99 is pretty much disliked by the community because it isn't the reason why, but it didn't help its case at launch. And what I'm talking about is the decision to leave Rebirth Island in the game while they launched Area 99. So obviously Rebirth is the Resurgence map. Everyone uses it as the base marker to compare other Resurgence maps with. If you ask the Call of Duty community what their favourite Resurgence maps are, I would imagine that at least 95% of them would put Rebirth Island very top, and no other map comes close for them. Verdansk is the same with the big map. You know, we compare all the different big maps to Verdansk because of how good Verdansk is/was back in the day. This is how the Call of Duty community compare what is a good and what is a bad map. So yes, Area 99 was bad, but it was doomed from the start because the option was there for players just to go and play Rebirth Island again whenever they wanted. And I'm not saying that these players would never have gone back to Rebirth Island anyway, because they absolutely would have when you would have added Rebirth Island back into the game. But you didn't give Area 99 time to breathe. So now we're in this weird place because Area 99 isn't in the game anymore, and there isn't really an outcry to actually bring it back. Obviously, there will be some players out there who love Area 99, and that is their opinion, that's their choice. I didn't vibe with it personally, but it's absolutely not the worst Resurgence experience we've ever had. Shout out to those who remember Al-Bagra Fortress from the Warzone 2 days. Taking Area 99 out is a bit of a weird decision because obviously Verdansk has come in and sort of revitalised the Battle Royale aspect of this game, and it's now actually Resurgence that's suffering from a little bit of a stale state. Rebirth Island has been in the game for a long time now, and I can't see them taking it out, but I don't see them actually massively overhauling that map to make it incredibly fresh either. And as a big map lover, I hope that you Resurgence players can hang in there because trust me, it does eventually get better. So what actually happens next for Area 99? Well, for me, I don't see it getting added back into the game because it obviously wasn't doing player numbers because they took it out of the game to reintroduce Verdansk. And you can't tell me that they did it purely because they were scared that people would play Area 99 over Verdansk because, well, guess what? They weren't. So the fact of the matter is that they're going to play Rebirth over Area 99. So how do you go about sort of the future of Area 99? How do you go about putting it back in the game? Do you put it back in the game or do you just leave it out permanently? And this for me is the next big task for the developers when it comes to Warzone, because Rebirth Island has the Resurgence community in a chokehold. It's the map that everyone wants to play, but it's also the map that now everyone is bored with, but nothing has come close to that Rebirth Island experience. So what is next? It's the same for Verdansk and the big map, really. So for now, Area 99 seems like a distant, fever dream. But let me know your thoughts. Did you like the map? Did you not like the map? Do you miss it? Would you want to see it back? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you all in the next one.